guys, Berry Babe here, just back from the Wednesday night concert in the park. All those things I didn't eat. This morning at 8:30, I was exactly what I was yesterday morning, 160.9. At 11 o'clock, I got up, went to the bathroom, got on the scale. I was 160.2. But I have to say goose egg because I got up and peed. I got on before I peed. Somebody was in the bathroom. I peed, got back on, and I dropped. So I'm calling it a goose egg. So you guys that are goosing out there, I'm right with you. Wearing one of my HCG boutique acquisitions from before, not from this past weekend, and it's a Chico's. I love Chico's. Their patterns. Don't like their red, white, and black stuff. I can't wear black, but I love their patterns. This has paisley. Paisley's my thing. So not much else to say except I've been hungry. Tonight when I took my sublingual RX, I shorted my dose. Usually I do 25, and I shorted down to about 22. I know the inclination is to raise it, but I had been at 20 when I first started, and I raised it to 25. I've been hungry. I was hungry this weekend, and I was sitting at the concert just watching along, and all of a sudden I felt hungry. And it wasn't that there were things there to eat. It was just I'm hungry. And I know that Simeon says when you start getting closer to your goal, you will start being more hungry, but I wish I kept better records so I would know if this was about where I started getting hungry the last time. I remember being more hungry when I got down. But you know, we're talking about body dysmorphia, and had kind of a like, oh geez, today in the weight loss surgery community there's a pretty little girl. Her name is Drea, and she told her height and she told her weight, and I'm pretty sure they were mine. Yet when I look at her, she looks so slender. Of course, I don't know if I've seen a body shop, but you know, I got all this skin hanging around, which just adds lumps and bumps. But yeah, it was kind of like, okay. What that means, I don't know. I'm not ready to be finished, although I have been looking at keto again. I ordered the new Atkins book that's by one of the doctors I saw on YouTube. And I figured I had the other Atkins book around somewhere, and this one was supposed to talk more to now. Can you hear the people at their pool next door? So for P3, that's what I'm going to be doing. I have a little mourning going on though, grieving. If I go into this very low carb keto, all those things I've been waiting to eat, I won't be eating them. But I shouldn't be eating them. That's the problem. Every time I eat them, then I go out of control and again. So, if nothing else, at least when I finally get to P3, I may be able to make it the 3 weeks, and I'll run it as kind of a test. I ordered some high-octane MCT oil today from the fellow who professes to have invented bulletproof coffee. And telling my husband to get some Kerrygold unscented butter, unsalted butter. I know that's the kind Keto Cooking with Christy uses. It's Irish. It's Irish butter. And so I don't drink coffee though. So I don't know if putting butter and MCT oil in it is enough to make me want to drink coffee. I bought a I bought one of those machines you drop the pods in to use for tea, and then I quit drinking tea. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I did find a recipe on another site that it was a woman who has a website and a Facebook page and a book she wants you to buy, and she has made a drink with cocoa butter and not real butter. She says real butter, women don't like the real butter, but I know a lot of you that do bulletproof coffee and just really like it, so I don't know. But it has collagen in it, and that's protein, and from what I'm reading on the keto, you're not supposed to do protein in the morning. You're supposed to still be fasting because the fat doesn't raise your insulin level, but collagen protein would. So I have to look into that a little bit more. I noticed that I'm kind of fuzzy. It's getting darker, and this is only middle of July. Does that mean the summer is going? I'll have to start vlogging before the concert if this is what's going to happen. So yesterday I talked about a little girl in a hat and how she got a kick out of me having a hat. She had a hat and sunglasses on, and she said, "Look, Daddy, that lady's got a hat and sunglasses on too." Well, I don't think I told you the rest of the story. One of the reasons that tickled me so much was that the little girl didn't say, "Hey, Daddy, look at that fat lady." When I was probably at my highest, way before we brought kids home from Guatemala, my husband and I were up in Canada in Georgian Bay, and we were swimming, and I was swimming in shorts and a top, and it wasn't a t-shirt, it was a double knit top with a collar, and had short sleeves, I think. But so I'm out in the water and I'm having a really good time, and this kid stands up, and he must have been 10, 11, 12, and he points and says, "Look at that fat lady swimming in her clothes." Oh yeah, so to be recognized for being like her, even though she's very, very young and I'm pretty old, I got a kick out of that. So I just wanted to finish that story. Afterward, I thought, I talked about that and it was a cute little story, but why did it affect me like it did? And that's why. So I'm hoping in the morning, I'm down some. I don't need another goose egg. Got some fireflies flying around, guys. But, 160, I got to stay there at least 5 days. I just hope that this hunger abates, because I will tell you, had I not been vlogging and really made a commitment to do it, I might have been eating by now. These low 160s are hard for me. Hard, hard, hard. I don't know if when I kick into the 150s, if that will give me the push I need to plow on through. But I had several apples in the refrigerator that I had washed, and then I have one cold all the time. I like them cold. And they were the great big Honey Crisp. They're $4 a pound. And I said to myself, okay, when these apples are gone, then I'll consider starting, not keto per se, but really cut back on my carbs. Because if I'm going to do keto after, I can drop the carbs and I'll lose faster. And my daughter, who has helped on the Lions Club trailer since she was tiny, front window, that's her, she's the boss. And then when she turned 18, she joined the Lions Club. She rode her bike downtown so I could have the car, because I didn't want to get there at 6 o'clock. And she texted me, "Will you bring me an apple?" I said, "Sure." So I went out to the kitchen and there were no apples. Now, a lot of times when I'm at the store, I'll text. I'm at Myers, I'm at Walmart, anybody need anything, and they'll tell me apples. And sometimes she buys her own, and the youngest has one of our credit cards, and she just buys her own groceries, because I never know what she's eating either. So I had to take one of my Primo Honey Crisp And I didn't take a cold one because she doesn't like them cold. But it's like one down, one down. Oh God, I'm one day closer to having to give up the apple. And when I give up the apple, I might have to give up the yogurt too. So I don't know when I get there what I'll do. It's the ADHD way. But for now, I'm thinking that might be a good compromise. I'm wondering if I dropped all the carbs out and just, except for my protein in bars, if I could manage to drop these last 6 pounds, 7 pounds, 8 pounds. I don't know. I'd like to get to 148. I'm 160.9 now. It seems like a long way. So I don't know. I don't know. But I am going to go. So bye for now.